This conference
So
will now be recorded.
we have discussed yesterday the data types, right? So why data type? Why data type, ma'am? For system understanding purpose, we have to give a data type for to understand our value, right? For that, we have to give a data type for each and every value, whatever the value you are going to use in the programming, right? For further level of use, we have to give a variable name. So what is the syntax, ma'am? What is the syntax to declare a variable? Syntax to declare a variable. Syntax of the declaring a variable is, first name you have to give the data type, any data type, whatever the data types we have: byte, short, long, int, float, double, data type, and your variable name equals to variable value, right? That's how we have to declare a variable, right? And then, so why we have these number of data type? To optimize the memory, to efficiently use the memory, the programming memory. We have a different data types. Those are byte, short, long, int, float, double, character, string, right? And one more data type, we have a boolean data type. We'll discuss in this boolean. Booleans, and we are how to check the condition whether the condition is true or false, and boolean is allow only true or false. We have to check the condition based on our requirement or programming, so we have to give the boolean will accept only either true or false. Boolean condition, either it can accept, true or false only. Other than this true and false, sorry for my, other than this true and false, boolean cannot accept anything. Observe team, I'm trying to replace this false with 10. So this will give you error. So boolean condition is always accept only two conditions, only two statements that are either true or false. Sorry. Right? And have you practiced him yesterday? I have given a small assignment. I don't know those many who members are practice and those are not practice. But if you are not practice, just try to practice today. And please send me a mail. Otherwise, if you are not able to send me mail, just take a screenshot and send me that screenshot, so that I may know that you are practicing and you are not getting any doubts. If you are simply calm and quiet, so keep on, the sessions are going, I don't know whether you're getting or not. Okay, so if you are unable to, if you are able to send just code, please send me code by including in mail, or else take a screenshot. So how to take a screenshot? In missions we have a snipping tool team. There is a snipping tool, you can take a screenshot. Just search the snipping tool and click on new button. Oh, in my mission it is not working. Just click on this new button, you are able to see, take a screenshot. Snipping tool, in every mission you will have. Otherwise there may be a on screen keyboard, or else you can take a screenshot by pressing Windows button, and you have a print screen option in your machine. Windows plus print screen. So let me give you here. Shortcut is Windows plus print screen. This is the option team. So you will have in keyboard Windows plus print screen, and by default the screenshot is going to save in your users. There may be a folder in your users C drive, users. This is going to save under the one of the folder in your C drive. Just check it. Otherwise, you can take on-screen keyboard. There may be a see this one on-screen keyboard. So you can click on this function, Windows function and print screen function. See Windows and print screen. This will give you your screenshot and you can paste it in Word file. Paste the screenshot. What happened here? Okay, paste the screenshot. You will get screenshot like this. Okay, just try to send mail to whatever you are practicing so that I can understand. So, and moreover, if you by the time of practicing, if you get any doubts, please ping me or call me at any time, no problem. Okay, so we have discussed variables, we have discussed data types, and what are the data types we have: byte, short, int, long, float, double. For integral values we have a float and double. For numerical values we have a byte, short, int, long, and rather than that we have a character, boolean, string. Boolean for true and false, character is for single character, string is for combination of multiple characters, right? And nomenclature, we have discussed nomenclature. So we should not give the variable names or class name or project name, anything. We should not give randomly. We have to follow certain rules. So what are the rules, team? For project name, for class name, for interface name, we have to give first letter capital and any subsequent word that should be capital, and package name all are small letter, and that should be reversed to your domain. Let's say if you are working in a company called Infosys, right? So you have to give a project name like this. You have to give package name like this: com.infosys. So your project name. Let's say if you are working for a company, project called X project. So you have to give com.infosys X company. X project. Inside this X project, you are writing a test case for login. You have to give like this. Always reverse to your domain of your package, right? And variable names and object reference names start with lowercase. If any subsequent word, give uppercase. And most important thing is we should not use the Java keywords. There are a 50 plus around Java keywords. These are Java reserved keywords. I'm repeating, these are the Java reserved keywords. We should not use these keywords. If you're trying to use, you will get errors. These are the keywords which are highlighted in purple color. We should not use this color, these words. If you're trying to use, obviously you will get error. Okay, let me go to start a new topic called variables, right? Okay, let me give one more class, variables types. See, what is the syntax of main method, team? Syntax of main method: it's public, static, void, main, string, array, args, or else you can go like this: main control space. You have to remember, team. Sorry. Right? See, based on a data type and based on a variable declaration, people are segregated this variable into see, already we know it right here. So we are segregated the variables into two types. First is primitive data types and second one is non-primitive or reference type. So these are the primitive data types what we have discussed yesterday. byte, short, long, int, float, double. These are the primitive data. It's nothing but these. It can hold the values. Primitive, nothing but it can hold the values. See, so if I am saying that, uh, int a equals to 100, a is holding the value of 100. Now we can use either you can be adding, deleting, sorry, subtraction, anything you can use by using this a reference, because a is holding value 100. 100 is storing inside my memory. The memory name I'm giving a. That is the data type integer. See, the variables are categorized into two types based on data type. First one is primitive, and second one is non-primitive. These are comes under non-primitive. We'll discuss in coming sessions. So what is the reference, why we are giving the different category, and what are these interfaces, arrays, and enums class. We'll discuss in detail. And based on the declaration position. So, and one more category of variable is based on declaration position. Variables are declared into three types. So first one is local variable, and second one is static variable, and third one is, I can say this is the third one, global variable. Getting them? So first one is local variable, and second one is global variable, and third one is static variable. We'll discuss each and everything. See, this is based on data types. Variable based on the data type. Whatever the data we are giving, this is based on data type. Declared, these are all comes under primitive. Remaining are non-primitive. We'll discuss non-primitive in detail in coming sessions. Now we already have a clarity on primitive data types. Primitive nothing but the data type which is holding the values, that we are calling the primitive data types. And coming to one more category, so variables we are defining into three types based on the declared position. So where we are declaring the position. See, so we can declare the variable in this class level. This is we are calling as a class level, or else you can say it as global level. And let me ask you one simple question here. See, in which line I can give my main method? Please ping me. Inside a class, can I give my main method?
Yes.
Exactly. And see, this is my main method, right? So remember, we can give anywhere in the class. This main method I can give even in 100 line also. But execution start from where? Let's say I'm giving this main method in 30 line. So inside and up to 30 line, I have written so much of code here. Let's consider I have so much of code up to 30 line. In 30 line, I have given main method, and execution start from where? Which line?
30. Line 2.
Exactly.
30th.
Execution start from 30 line, because in 30 line only I have a main method. Say outside of the main class, can I give my main method? Outside of the class.
No.
Outside of the class, can I give main method?
No.
Good. See, whatever you're writing your program, that should be inside a class and again inside a method. Except variable declaration, whatever you're going to write the code, that should be inside a class and inside a method. Whether it may be main method, even we can declare our own methods. So inside your method or inside a main method. Clear? And coming to the variable concept, see, so we have we can declare a variable inside a class or inside a method. So if you declare a variable, if you declare a variable inside inside a class and inside a method, that is we are calling as a local variable. Clear? What type of variable this is? So what type of variable this is? A variable. This is a local variable, right? And moreover, outside of the class, outside of the method, inside of the class, obviously we are going to write anything that should be inside a class, and we can declare here variables outside of the method, inside of the class. Let's say int b equals to 200, and this is we are calling as global variable. As of now, let's consider, so variables we can declare either inside of the method or outside of the method. Clear, team? No confusion, right? So variable declaration we can give in method level or class level. So if you're declaring in method level, you can use inside a method, inside that particular method. Let's say system.out.println. See, if I can print this A, right? So if I execute this program, what will be the output? Just ping me. If I execute this program, what will be the output? Just ping me, team, quickly. If I execute this program, what will be the output? Gita Garu A, thank you. Jyoti A, thank you. Bhargavi Garu saying 100. Observe, team. So I'm executing run as Java application. My program will execute from starting from 8 and it will assign a value A equal to 100. Now I'm printing system.out.println A. So remember, inside the double quotes, whatever you're giving, that should be give you as it is, that should be going to print as it is, right? So if you're going to print a value here, just you have to concatenate the value. Now this time first A is coming as it is inside whatever you are giving inside the double quotes, right? And second A is going to referring the variable value, and this time it will going to print, I can say here A. Now this time it's going to print A equals to run as Java application, A equals to 100. Clear? And local variable in the sense, so the variable which is declared inside a method, that is we are calling as a local variable. Global variable, the variable which is declared outside of the method, that is we are calling as a global variable. I'll give you a normal simple example. If I'm saying I'm a local, nothing but I am within the Hyderabad. I'm a Hyderabad local. I'm a guy, Hyderabad local guy. I'm within the Hyderabad. If I'm saying non-local, I'm outside of the Hyderabad. Nothing but here the local variable in sense inside a method that is local to that particular method. You can use that variable inside that particular method. And the variable which is declared inside a method, we cannot use that variable that's outside of that particular method. The variable A, now the variable A is referring to, we can use this variable only inside of this particular method. Outside of this particular main method you cannot use, because it is local to this main method. If you want to access anywhere in the class, that should be in global level, nothing but that should be in class level. So if you want to show, I can show you. So I can access this public void. This is my method, test method. See, if you want to access this one, I can access like this. So again, we can print a b value inside this method. So b equals to here b, right? Now b equals to b value, it will give you b value for, but I cannot execute this test method as of now. We'll discuss in coming sessions. If I execute, I'll get only the a value. We'll discuss in detail later. But as of now, remember, we can declare a variables in class level, method level. If you declare a variable in method level inside a method, that is a local to that particular method. If you declare outside of the method, referring only method, see, inside method local, outside method global. Clear? And coming to third one, if you declare a variable with static keyword, that is we are calling it a static variable. Let's say this is int c is equal to 300, and this 300 I can give a keyword called static. This is static variable. So if you want to see this one, system.out.println, to understand purpose, within the double quote, c equals to just concatenate c. Now this time it will give you c value also, run as Java application. Clear? Now my c value is 100. And what type of variable this is? This is a static variable. And you may ask the question, so why we cannot give the static keyword for local variable? Observe team, I'm giving this variable to static keyword to local variable. Observe, program is not at all allowed to give static keyword to your local variable. Always local variables are non-static or without static keyword. Just simple points. Let me repeat it again. So if you declare a variable inside a method, that is local to that particular method. If you declare a variable outside of the method, that is a global variable. And if your variable having with static keyword, that is static variable. And static keyword we can give only for global variable. Clear? Clear team? So only 3 points: local, inside method, right? And global, outside method. Here global with static keyword, I can say with static keyword. Remember, here you have to make a note here. Note local variable not allow static keyword. Clear? Only 3 key points here: local variable, global variable, static keyword, static variables. Local variable inside the method, global variable outside the method, static variable with static keyword we can give only for global variables. And if you're trying to give with local variables, system will not allow. Clear team? And see, this is about the variables types, right? And let me take one more class here. New class variable access test. See, let me take main method. See, variables, by the time of execution, how we can variable? We have a different approaches to access your variable. Clear? See, and already we know variables are segregated by using data types and segregated and by using position of variable. First one is by using data type and second one is by using its position. First one, primitive, non-primitive, by using which data type, and second one is position, local, global, static, right? Let's see. And here, let me give you a variable with static keyword. Static A is equal to 500, right? Static int. I forgot data type. Okay, static int A is equal to 500. Right. So if I want to access this 500, I can access directly. Yes or no? A value. If I execute this A value, and it will automatically give value A here. This is directly. I can say this is directly. And even we can access the variable in one more two types. So that second one is, I can say with, or you can say using class name. And third one, using object reference. See, let me show you the second one. Whenever you're trying to access your variables, see here. So other than system.out.println, let me give you, see, let me give you like this. Now here I'm trying to access my variable value here, A, and semicolon. Observing, I'm getting error. Any guesses why I am getting error here? Why I am getting error here? Any guesses? Barbie garu? Sweta? Any guesses here? Why I am getting error here? 7th line. Okay. See, I am calling my variable A. Now my variable holding a value 500, which is an integer number. So if you are trying to access this A, it is containing a value 500, and again you have to store it into one more variable. Right? So whenever you're trying to access a variable, and variable is always come with some value and it will give you a response. By the time you have to save it, that value or response into one more variable based on the data type, and A value coming with the value 500 and it is having the data type integer. Now again, by the time of accessing, you have to store it into same data type by using different variable name. And now this time if you are trying to access, you can access, but for printing purpose, let me give system.out.println, and now the print B value. Now what B contain? Again B contain 500. Now this 500 coming from here A, whenever I call A, now A value I'm storing into B, again using same data type integer here, because A is an integer type, right? And again I'm storing A value into one more integer type B. By the time of calling, you should store your variable response into one more variable based on the previous variable data type. Clear, team? And here observe, team, so this is directly calling, so there is no difference here and there. Under 6th line and 7th line there is no different as of now. But observe, team, if your variables are static, and even if your methods are static, coming class will declare methods, you can access the variable with class name. If your variables are static, see, observe, my A variable is static, right? Here I can access this A variable with using class name dot A. As of now there is no difference, but here the accessing is different. In 6th line I am accessing directly, but in 7th line I am accessing through a class name because it is a static. When you can access the variables or methods with class name reference, whenever your variable having or your method having with static keyword, then only you can access with class name reference, otherwise you cannot access. Now let me remove the static keyword and observe in 7th line and 6th line. In 7th line particularly, see, it is saying that boss, your variable is not a static, you cannot access this A variable with class name reference and change the A to static. The system suggesting that change the A value to static. Now I can click change A. Now again my A value is static, I can access with class name reference. Clear, team? The first one we can access directly. Even so, if you want to access directly without system.println, again you have to store it in one more variable here, because system will not allow int getting value. Because again we have to store it to one more variable based on the data type. See, first time I am directly calling, second time I am calling with class name reference because my variable is static, and second time, so third time, so I can access this variable by using object reference. So how to create object? So we can create object for a class by using a syntax called class name. This is third way. Let me give here. You can create object for a class by using class name object obj equals to new, there is a Java keyword, and again class name. Here you can access the variable by using like this: object name, object reference dot the variable which you want to access. Now I want to access my variable A and semicolon, success statement. Now again why I'm getting error? Because A is holding a value 500, it is getting with a value. Now you have to store it into one more variable based on your previous variable, which data type it is, and it is having a data type integer. Now you have to store it into one more integer A value, a reference value. Clear, team? The three ways we can access the variables as well as methods also. So directly you can access the first thing, and second thing is by using class name reference. When we can use by using class name reference, whenever your variable having a static keyword, and by using object reference. We can create object for a class, nothing but, so we are creating a memory for class by using that object reference, object dot your variable name. Here class name dot your variable name, or else you can access directly. Please let me know if you have any doubts, otherwise we'll proceed. Any doubts, ma'am?
This conference will now be recorded.
See, that is about local variable, global variable, and static variable. And accessing of variables, we can access the variable in three levels. One is directly without using a static keyword, or without using a without using a class name, without creating object. Directly you can access. And remember, directly we can access within the same class. No need to access outside of the class, nothing but another class. If you are trying to use another class, it's not possible. Right? So using class name reference. So using class name reference, we can access the variable using class name reference. As of now, my class name is variable access test, class name dot variable value. And again, by the time of accessing, you have to store it into one more variable based on its previous data type. If it is integer, observe, if I am trying to store it into one more data type, it may not accept. And that should be your previous variable type. Or else, if you want to take next data type, it will not give you error, but it possible. See here, this is my integer. What is the data type next to integer? It's a long, right? You can take this one also, but to understanding purpose, to avoid confusion, same data type, take same data type. We'll discuss. Okay. And here, why I'm getting error here? Using object reference.
Sir, your
Oh, okay, change the
OBJ.
object, right? Okay, thank you. Sorry, okay. Yeah, okay. See, this is the first thing, directly you can access, and second one, directly using class name reference. When we can use class reference, whenever your variable having a static keyword. If your variable does not have a static keyword, you cannot access using class name reference. And that should be static. Then only you can access with class name. And again, by using object reference. When you can use object reference, you have to create object for your class. How to create object? Again, there is a syntax to create object, that is class name, and this is object. You can give anything. As of now, let me give obj equals to the new keyword from Java, and again class name in parentheses, this one. Here, this is the how three levels you can access variable, and this is apply for your same methods. Whatever we can discuss in coming sessions, this apply same for your methods. Clear? And let me take one more class and let me discuss one more thing here. Variable test, or else let me take main method, obviously. See, what type of data, this is data type, sorry, what type of value this is? Integer, right? And what type of variable? Global, static, local. What type of variable this is? A. What type of variable?
Global.
Exactly, global, right? Why we are declaring a variable outside of the method? Clear? And observe team, observe what is the syntax to declare a variable. What is the syntax to declare a variable? Come on team, syntax to declare
Data
a
type.
variable.
Dat
Okay,
Data type.
first of
Variable
data type,
name. Variable name.
variable
data type,
value.
variable name equals to
Equal to
variable value.
variable value.
That's it, right? So data type, variable name, variable value. And here observe the magic. So I'm saying to declare a variable is the syntax is data type, variable name, and variable equals to variable value. So observe team, out of the syntax, variable value is an option. You can close your declaration at your variable name only. Then when we can declare the variable value? So inside your variable method also, whenever you are trying to give a value, at that time you can give your variable value, right? So let me give you the static keyword. And this is a static variable. There is no difference. As of now, there is no difference, right? Now, as of now, my A is having value or not? What is A value now?
No value.
System.println. Now, if I execute this statement, what may be the output? Please ping me here. If I execute, everyone, if I execute this statement, what may be the output? Okay. Okay. I got answer from Geeta Garu, Jyoti, Sweta, Bhargavi. Very good. Next. See, observe team. As of now, my A is not having a value. It's not holding any value. Observe, I'm executing run as Java application. And it is holding a default value. Remember, whenever you not declare a value for any variable, by the time of execution, program will assign a default values. Now, as of now, my A is not having any value, but by the time of execution, see, I'm using this A value in which line? 7th line. By the time of execution 7th line, so if you are not declaring, program will check whether the user declared the value or not. If I declare the value, it will take my declared value. Observe him. Now this time it will give you 100. Now, if I not declare the value, so program will check at 7th line whether I have declared the value or not. If I declare, so previously I declared 100, it will take in 100. Now I haven't declared any value. By the time of execution 7th line, and program will declare a default value called 0, because my integer default value is 0. Observe him. Now this time we will get 0, because where it is getting 0, program will assign a default value. Without declaring a value, there is no possible to execution. That's why program will declare a default value. If I am not declaring value, program will declare. If I declare the value, program will take my declared value. If you practice this one, if you practice yesterday genuinely, you will get these values. See, default values for byte, short, integer 0, for long 0L, for float 0.0. So if I take float here, or if I take a double here, observe what may be the output now. I haven't declared the value, variable value. Observe now this time it will give you 0.0 because my data type is double integral values. Right? And see, and you can declare variable values at any particular point of time based on your requirement. Now, this is I'm saying as variable declaration. Yes or no? And now you can give a variable value in say any particular point of time based on your requirement. Now let me give my variable value 100. This is nothing but variable value declaration. Okay. Now if I execute this statement, what is the output? Just ping me. If I execute this one, what is output? What is the output, team? Please respond. If I execute this one, what is the output? Very good, very good. See, observe, team. If I execute this one, my output is 100. Why? Because in fifth line I haven't declared any value. If I execute the statement without declaring any value, it may give a default value 0. Now before printing the value, I am declaring my variable value is 100. Now it is considering as 100. Now that's why I'm getting 100. Right? This is variable declaration in 7th line, and in fifth line. In 7th line, this is variable value declaration. I'm assigning a value to my variable. Now observe this one. Now I'm changing variable value 100 to 200. Now tell me what is the output, or else now tell me what is the output. For understanding purpose, I can say here within the double quotes, I can say here line number, this is 8th line. Right? And this is in 11th line. Okay. Then what is the output in 8th line? What is the output in 11th line? Okay. Okay. Very good. Okay. Very good. Thank you. Thank you, team. Observe. Let me execute. In 8th line, it will give you 100. In 11th line, it will give you 200. Now let me add one more point here. Observe carefully. Observe carefully. Now this time the line may change. 8th line A. Let me remove this one. This is in 7th line, and this is in 10th line, and this is in 30th line. Now tell me, team, what is the value in 7th line? What is the value in 10th line? What is the value in 30th line? Exactly. Exactly. Very good. Very good, everyone. Hope you're understanding clearly. Thanks. Thanks, team. See, in seventh line, I don't have a value. Nothing but the variable doesn't have a value. I haven't declared any value. If I am not declared by the time of execution, right? So whenever say run as Java application, JVM will start from execution from main method, coming to the sixth line and coming to the seventh line. At seventh line, it will check whether this guy declared a value. No, right? Now it will take a zero value, default value. So in ninth line, I'm declaring value. Now it will take by the time of execution 10th line, it will take the value of 100. Now in 12th line, this is one important. I'm updating my existing value. Here I'm updating existing value into 100 to 200. Now my A values change 100 to 200 by the time of execution 12th line. At any particular value, any particular time, you can change or you can update your variable value. Now let me take one more example, one more thing, one more line. See this, and you can update your variable value. Now this time not 200, this time 300. Now this is in 16th line. Now run as Java application. Observe team. So in 7th line 0, 10th line declared value 100, 13th line updated to 200, 16th line updated to 16, right? Yeah, 16. 16 updated to 300. Now you can keep on update your variable value based on your requirement. And remember, whenever you haven't declared a variable value, system default will take default values based on your data type, right? For based on your data type, for byte, short, int, long, it will take 0 default value if you want declare, and for double and float it will take 0.0, and boolean it will take false, and char there is a special this thing we'll discuss, and this will take consider null, and string also will take null. Clear, team? And let me take one more class, and this time I'll give you a small task here. Variable task. Let me take main method, right? Char a equals to why I'm getting error, team? Why I am getting error here in 5th line? Anyone? Remember, char you have to take within a single quote. Right? So this is char A, char B. Now let me concatenate this one, A plus B. Right? So if I execute this one, what may be the output? Any guesses? What may be the output? Any guesses? I'm adding A plus B, AB. Thank you. Anyone? Okay, let me execute this statement. So how to execute? Just right click, run as Java application. Now I'm getting 195. So this is a task team. You have to tell me why I'm getting 195 here. You have to extend practice like this team. If I'm taking a 1 hour, so you have to practice to coverage all the concept. You have to spend at least minimum three hours, worst case 3 hours, because I cannot cover all the topics. You have to practice yourself by covering all the concept. Then only you will get a strong command on the subject. Then only you can write your program in easy way. And tomorrow class, so tell me why I'm getting 195 here. This is a task for you. Okay, so let me know why I'm getting 195 here. Okay, and practice yourself. Please ask me your doubts, and please send me your practice code, and if possible code, or if not possible take screenshot and send me mail. And if you're getting doubts, ask me or call me, ping me. Right? Thank you, team. And 1 second, team, let me ask one question.